What's better than a chubby octopus samurai? A chubby octopus samurai on a unicycle, that's what. Here's my quick guide on how to beat Splatoon 2's big bad boss for World 2, Octo Samurai. First, make sure you ink a good area of the map. This is an essential part of every Splatoon boss fight as it gives you more options for mobility, positioning, and escaping. Since you two fight with Ana, you're limited to the roller during your first encounter with this boss. This makes the battle more challenging compared to using a gun, so just create paint trails as best as you can. Note that the jumping paint splat with your roller is good for creating longer paint streaks if you need a longer escape route. One tip to bear in mind out of all the others is to never ever stand directly in front of him at close range for an extended period of time. Think of it like staring directly into the sun. Now let's look at patterns. During his first form, he'll do what kendo aficionados call a jogeburi, or forward sword slash. This is very damaging, but also pretty straightforward, so it's quite easy to dodge. You can actually just do little side jumps around him, allowing you to stay close and counter at the same time. Next, Octo Samurai will rev up the motor on his giant roller, pop in front of him, and get a comfy bike seat so he can charge you like a road-raging Harley-Davidson rider. Seriously. The Octocycle moves fast once it charges forward, so having one of those strategically placed long paint trails will help you make a successful escape. Try not to get too far away from him though, as he becomes vulnerable to counterattacks afterward. If you have enough paint around you, you can just center your camera on Octo Samurai, wait for him to charge, then dodge sideways in squid form. Cover Octo Samurai with enough paint and you can expose his weak point for you to wail on. Onward to forum number 2. At this point, Octo Samurai reconfigures his roller to give himself a longer range. He also has a few more moves to his arsenal, like a jumping splat that can cover a surprisingly good distance. Just think of it as a long-range forward slash and avoid it accordingly. Speaking of his forward slash, Octo Samurai will now do 3 consecutive slashes instead of just 1. Just do quick hops to his side to dodge and counter. One thing to look out for is when Octo Samurai does a wind-up and literally gets a twinkle in his eye. That means he's about to do a circular slash around himself, so make sure to step away from him to get out of his range, but not too far so you can counter. Splat the dude enough times once again to expose his weakness, go ham, and it's onward to form number 3. The biggest change during his final form is that his Octo Cycle Road Rage attack now charges twice in a row. This makes it especially important to have enough paint to maneuver in to ensure a successful dodge. Expose his weakness once again, and you end up with a nice samurai takoyaki. And there you have it, my quick guide to beating Octo Samurai. Honestly, the main thing that makes this a challenge is that you have to use the roller at first, but it's still a pretty simple fight regardless. So do you have any tips for fighting Octo Samurai? Make sure to share them in the comments below. Also make sure to check back with this channel for more Splatoon content, and as always, thanks for watching.